Finally, we will talk about the progress report. Like the documentation areas we've discussed already, progress reports serve a variety of purposes and are written for a variety of audience members. These reports are the primary way for team members to understand how the student is responding to service from a given related service perspective. We also learned from the 2017 Supreme Court decision on Andrew F. versus Douglas County School District that having a record of student progress is inseparable from providing FAPE. This means greater emphasis and attention must be given to ensuring that progress reports accurately demonstrate that the student is meeting challenging objectives, or if not, that the school team is engaged in problem solving to change that trajectory and ensure students will respond. And so we encourage, like with the IEP process, that any plan type progress summaries go out with the issuance of general education report cards unless a local policy specifies otherwise. We want to ensure that these progress summaries are written in parent-friendly language and that they include data related to the student's goals, that data identifies the student rate of learning and likelihood of meeting the goal by the end of the planned date, and also makes a case for why the services need to continue or, in some cases, need to stop. And again, discipline-specific resources on developing progress reports can be found at these links. Finally, some closing comments on the logistics of documentation. Documentation developed by any related service provider is the property of the public school unit, not the individual practitioner. It is also part of the educational record. Under FERPA, parents have a right to view, control access to, and ask for edits to practitioner documentation. Documentation should be kept in an accessible location year-round, including summer storage. As most documentation moves to electronic formats, public school units should ensure access to practitioner records, particularly if and when a related service provider ends employment with the public school unit. Best practices for quality assurance within the aspects of documentation addressed in this webinar include internal auditing and peer review. Internal audits using an all-stakeholder developed rubric, which may include metrics for quality, compliance, timeliness, parent friendliness, educational relevance, etc., are an excellent method for assessing the health of related service provider documentation. Peer review might use similar metrics plus discipline-specific quality measures. Finally, the Division of Health Benefit reserves the right for monitoring utilization, quality, and appropriateness of all services rendered, as well as compliance with all applicable clinical coverage policies. Post-payment reviews may be done in limited scope to address specific complaints if a school district is suspected of aberrant practices, and those reviews may be conducted using a statistically valid random sample of paid claims.